All right, so it's been a little bit too long, and obviously the vibe I'm going for is not homeless person who just walked out of an alley. So I'm gonna, man, yeah, I got fuzzies sticking in this. There's so much of it. But it's super uneven and horrible. So I'm gonna try and fix all this, everything. And tonight, this is normally what I do when I grow way too much hair, is I use the leaf Thorn, and this is like the more aggressive version of the twig. This is the berry blue edition, which honestly, I've never touched this one. I've been using another one, but it's time to circle this one in, and we're gonna get the final pass from this guy here, just kind of take down the most of the brush up here with this one. So to get this all watered down, and we're gonna get started. Now they say you should only use clippers when your hair is dry because the hair expands or something, but I don't subscribe to that, and I haven't had an issue yet, so I'm just gonna clean up some lines here. Woo. Yeah. Not gonna be doing the whole head with that because it does not stand a chance. Yeah, you can just hear it struggling. It's doing pretty rough, even with the hair wet. Let's just clean up this down here. And that big offset, it's just supposed to be a straight line, but it's like, that comes from me doing it in a rush so often. So let's get started with the blades. All right, so we got Pro Razzo. It's the red stuff tonight, and we're just going for complete coverage for this first pass, which is going to be incredibly aggressive, seeing as we have the most aggressive implement from Leaf Shave, which is the Thorn, and that is loaded with I'd say one of the most aggressive blades you can buy, which is a feather. And so this is gonna be mean. That blade is brand new. If I absolutely maul myself, I'm not gonna be surprised. So let's warm this guy up and get into this monstrosity. All right, now this is gonna be freaky. Boom, just like that. Ooh. That thing is absurd. Oh my God. I can feel how aggressive that is. Now, this pass doesn't have to be perfect because we are coming in again with the leaf, which is awesome, but let's rinse that hair glob off, dang. So obviously this is doing exactly what I want. Well, besides the dripping on my forehead, I'm not such a fan of that, but taking down that massive amount of hair in a single pass, pretty much. Like, if you're not a perfectionist, that right there in one pass would be just fine. That's something else. I mean, there are not a lot of razors that can do that. Sure, there are some very aggressive double edgers out there, but this is something that pretty much anybody can use. That's why I'm such a big fan of this company and these razors. Best to keep the strokes short when you're using something this powerful. Yeah, I got myself a little already. That'll be okay. Another glob to clean. All right. Now, since I can't see the back, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to keep it, you know, friendly on my skin, but nothing like just going into it. Very careful. Now I can feel that that is nowhere near perfect. And there's still a ton up on the crown of my head. But for taking down 3 days of growth all at once in one stroke, that is absolutely incredible. Yeah, I can feel definitely a lot of hair. But now that we've taken it down even just a little bit, the leaf will be able to handle it. So one more glob clean on this, and then we'll switch to the 3-blader. Okay, so there's a nice hot water rinse. This guy's all warmed up. And we'll go back in with more shaving cream because what I always say is shaving cream is cheap, your skin is expensive. If you can save your skin with a little bit more shaving cream, why not? Here we go. I can feel significantly less hair. I don't think the leaf will have any problem going through any of this. Yeah, even the problem spots, I think we'll clear that right up. And this is like the last time I'll use these blades. So this is probably the least efficient they'll ever be. And I can kind of feel that, but like I've already overused them and they're still able to do their job. So in my book, that's a win. If these were new blades, I'd be done already. But I like to push it. I like to stress test the stuff that I use. So I like to see how far I can go. All right, let's see. Put the problem area on the front, give it a little whoosh. This is something I don't normally pay too much attention to, but rinsing this out, very important when you're taking down this much hair. Now, the other thing is there is a mess of shaving cream, slick hair, and water on the floor of the tub, so don't slip and fall if you do attempt the greatest hairstyle of all, which is the cue ball, you know, the onion, you know, the Dwayne Johnson, you know, the Hair Force Nun, the No Hawk, the ghost mullet. I fear I've been bald for too long. I have too many inside jokes relating to being bald. I don't think I'll ever change my mind about it. I think my thick hair, we're about done with that. I don't care for it. No desire to have it grows straight out for like 3 inches. It's horrible. It's annoying. It's inconvenient. I got better things to do than style my hair for 5 hours. You know, just do this every couple of days. Just take it down. And sometimes more than every couple of days when I get, you know, a little stressed about it. I go like, oh, I need something to do. I'm anxious. Shave your head 4 days in a row. But obviously this week that has not been the case because I almost went the whole week without shaving. All right, moving on to the back. Like I said, not picking up nearly as much hair as we would be. That Thorn pass did wonders. I'm not too worried about these blades because they are almost completely dulled out. But if you try this again, don't do this hard pass stuff that I'm doing. I'm a professional, trust me. All right, other way, especially on the crown of my head, it just grows in all directions, so I have to take that down. All right, still a little bit that way. Like I said, these blades are going after tonight, so I can still feel it there. Right. One more rinse and then a little bit of touch up. After a certain amount of time, you really do have to add water to this stuff or it just gunks everything up. It sticks to everything. It's almost impossible to use. But you add a couple drops of water to it, boom, bang, just out of the package efficiency once again. For that against the grain shave that you know and love. Oh yeah, still a little bit here. Like I said, these blades not nearly as efficient as they'd normally be. Almost good though. Which is absurd considering all the hair growth. Let's see. A little bit on the neck. Almost done. And then we'll clean this up just a little. All right. Normally I'll do that precise line a little better, but that's passable. And it's almost bedtime, so. Ooh, little line sneaking away from me back here. It happens. One little strip just hides from you. Especially when your blades are this old. You know, part of the blade that's kind of dulled out already hits it. It just doesn't do anything to it. Invulnerable hair, as they say, us with thick hair. All right. That's going to do it. All right. Good luck being bald, you know. See you guys next time.